Hello everyone, this is Dominika and welcome to our new episode of Cross-Cultural Conversations. Today I am coming to you with another special guest, Gregory Wright. He's also known as G. He's a seasoned speaker, coach and producer at All Things Relax Studios with over 25 years of experience in the music industry. He is the author of the Behind the Mic Live on LinkedIn, where he interviews inspiring businesses and life coaches, shaking things up in their communities and industries. He also moved from the US to Saint-Denis, South France. So welcome, G. I am really excited to have you here. So please tell us more about you, about your experience, your international and professional experience, and how did you started your coaching experience also?
Perfect. Thank you. Thanks for having me, Dominika. I'm excited about this. Yes, as you mentioned, my name's Gregory. Everyone calls me G. I've had this nickname on the road for many years. And what I do is I discover and develop talent. I see the talent in people before they see it themselves. And I spent over 25 years working in the music industry with all of the top rock stars, pop stars, got to travel the planet, been to 35 plus countries. And one thing that I've noticed from traveling all around to these different countries is that, you know, aside from the language and maybe some cultural differences, we're really a lot of the same. And we want like the same type of things. So that's why today I'm speaking to you as a rockstar speakers coach. I work with coaches and entrepreneurs and show them how to use some of the tips and techniques that your favorite rock stars use. So when you're going on camera promoting your business, you can feel like they do. And yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
Fantastic. So, like, what prompted you to move from the US to South France, Nice? Why this? Yeah, why this change?
Well, it's interesting because my partner and I, Sandy and I, we've had Nice and France on a vision board for many years. And then an opportunity came up where there was a position where, she was available to come over here and work in education, and she still works in education. And so we decided to move to Nice, and I'm like, let's do this. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It's sunny. It's warm. And I like living, one thing I noticed in traveling to all these different countries is that there's always a very strong expat community, no matter where you go. And I think the key is to get plugged into that expat community.
Yeah, like always, like having those connections, no, with international community. So, like talking about expats and also your experience, because you are helping also like coaches and business owners, like to be more confident with speaking or also on the camera. So. As an expat moving abroad or starting a new career in a different country, or maybe a business, you can have like your confidence can get low a little bit. So can you share like some tips and also resources? Like what is your way like to improve your confidence and share your message either as a business owner or as a professional abroad?
Yeah, well, I think being an expat is more of a mindset too. It's like we all come from our home countries, right? And when we're in a new country, it's important to embrace different culture, different people, and it can be lonely at first until you plug into the right group of other expats. And I think when it comes to, presenting on camera, going on stage, presenting in front of an audience, or going on an interview like today, it's important to just focus on that you're having a conversation with one person. So even if you go on video and you're presenting to all your followers, all your connections on LinkedIn, you're just having a conversation with one person. So if you take the approach of like you have just sat down with who is your ideal client that you're talking to at a cafe or a coffee shop, and you're just having a conversation. So how are you doing? Oh, where are you from? What do you do? Oh, I help people do this. Oh, I'm looking for that. Like it takes the pressure away from the the perfection that I think a lot of us have. I think when we're in our home countries, but even when we're in different countries as an expat, we feel that we have to be like the 100% authority in that field. And what I think if we realize is that we will gain more by learning from other people, and it takes the pressure off having to be perfect when you're talking about your business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so let's like focusing on the person that you are speaking with, no? So this can help like take the pressure off. This is like a good way because like many expats are like afraid of sharing their message or being on the camera because maybe they are afraid like how they sound, their accent,
Right.
or like
Right.
what other professionals will think about them. So it's like this fear of getting visible.
Mm-hmm.
So like how to overcome those limiting beliefs, like based on your experience, because you have
Mm-hmm.
worked like with many rock stars. So I also imagine that like rock stars, they have their own limiting beliefs, no? So it's yeah.
Most of your favorite rock stars, pop stars that go on stage and put on this amazing show, in real life and off stage, they're very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are very introverted. A lot of them are actually shy, very shy when it comes to in person. But
Mm-hmm.
yet they flip a switch when they go on stage. They become that rock star. Well, it's the same thing when you're going to an event. Say this is one of the first events you're going to, and you know it's a bunch of expats from all over the world. It can be kind of nervous to go, what do I say? Who do I talk to? Do you know? And I think a lot of it has to do with when you realize that your favorite rock stars and pop stars are just people, and they have the same limiting beliefs. They have the same um, things that they are intimidated by. They all have their own, imposter syndrome that
Mm-hmm.
they're dealing with. So when you go to an event or you're going to a networking event where you're meeting lots of other people, just realize that you're not the only one that might feel a little nervous. And sometimes just breaking the ice by just saying, wow, this is the first time I'm at this event. What's this like? Tell me, what's it like living here? Or whatever it is, items to just kind of break the ice. It takes the wall down, and then people realize, oh yeah, we're the same. We're from different countries, but we're really all the same.
Yeah, because often people, they think that like speaking is something that that's like putting you out of your comfort zone, no? So they
Right.
can feel nervous or have a lot of those limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs. But I think everyone, yeah, we are the same. So the person that you are speaking with can have the same, yeah, the
They're
same
thinking the
limit.
same
Yeah,
thing. They're
yeah.
wondering the same thing. So it's like when you take that pressure off that you have to be up here or the person you're talking to is up here and you're just right at the same level. You're just
Mm-hmm.
having a conversation with that person. You
Yeah.
want to get to know more about them. They want to get to know more about you. It's just that communication back and forth that really takes the pressure off.
Yeah, exactly. So are there like any exercises or
Mm-hmm.
maybe like resources that can help you like
Mm-hmm.
to feel like more confident, like prepare yourself before or the speaking engagement or maybe going to a networking event or having a job interview, like to exercise yourself, like I don't know, like practice, no?
Yes, yes. The same thing with your favorite rock stars. Before they go on stage, they have a warm-up period. They
Mm-hmm.
warm up their voice, they warm up their body, they get ready for the show. Well, if you're going to a networking event, you don't want to walk in cold. Meaning you don't want to walk in just walking right in the door and just going up, hi, how are you? Like it just nervous energy. So warm up.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a coffee shop, meet up with a friend or something, and just get into the mindset of talking and just, like don't worry about trying to memorize a script. Don't trying to be perfect. Like, okay, today I'm gonna, that's a potential client, so I need to talk to them a different way. Just say, hey, how you doing? What's up? Man, it's so nice to meet you. Same thing when you're doing public speaking. Before you go on stage or before you go on camera, you want to warm up your voice. You want to practice. You want to just get in the tone and, as we say, the tempo and cadence. If your message is going to sound excited, then you want to sound excited, but you don't want to sound overexcited. And I think when people get nervous, they tend to sound overexcited. They tend to speed up. Their body language changes. So sometimes just relaxing and getting into the zone and just realizing that this show you're going to present, somebody's hearing it for the first time. This event you're going to meet people for the first time. Like the excitement of it, like, wow, this is very cool. Look at all the ideas that might come about, or even collaborations, or even clients that come about through these relationships.
Yeah, and like what to do when you, for example, freeze, when you you are stuck and don't know what to say, or you make a mistake and you don't know how to react. No.
Breathe and relax. And if you're on stage and you make a mistake, just make fun of it, kind of, or don't even remember this too. When you're talking on stage or you're going on camera talking to somebody, they don't know what you're going to say. So we only know if we make a mistake if we let people know we made a mistake. I mean, think of your favorite concerts. I guarantee the lead singer forgot the lyrics, the guitar player played the wrong note, the drummer started in the wrong tempo or did a drum fill where there shouldn't have been one. But the way they play it off, no one notices this. So if we don't bring attention to it, then people aren't going to notice. And if you're out at an event and you're stumbling over your words and you're like, this, then just call the elephant out in the room. Look, I'm a little nervous. This is my first time at this event. What's it like for you? And they'll be like, oh my God, this is great. Yeah, this is only my second time. Let me tell you do you see what I mean? You take the pressure off, and sometimes just having a pause and just thinking and just focusing, remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about your personality coming through.
Yeah, because we often think that we want to be perfect, but also provide value, to the people that we are speaking with, or sharing our offers or our message. If you are a business owner or a coach, so do you see common mistakes, or maybe working with expats or working with international community? Do you see any patterns or mistakes that expats are making when it comes to public speaking?
I think, I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for it to be perfect before starting. You got to remember, your favorite rock stars, the songs that you listen to now that even 20 years later, they started in a garage. They started playing a show in front of 20 people, and they just kept playing shows after shows after shows after shows. So every time you go on camera, that's a show. Every time you go out to a networking event, you could consider that a show. So I think what happens is a lot of people wait until it's perfect. I want to wait until I have my business cards printed before I go to this networking event. I want to wait until my website's up and running, until I tell people that I'm a coach. I want to wait until I've got this perfect script of what to say before I go on LinkedIn and do a video. And the thing that makes a difference from people that dream of doing something and people that actually do it is taking action. So take that first step, go to that event, go on stage, go on camera, become comfortable with it. And the more comfortable you become, the more shows you get under your belt, the more all that stress and negative energy just goes away.
Yeah, exactly. So, for example, also because I work with many non-English speaking expats, so English is not their first language. And many of them, I think almost all of them have this fear of their accent, no? That what like English language speakers, like native speakers, are going to how they are going to react if I start to run a podcast, or if I start to speak and like do workshops. So there is this fear of know how your accent is going to be perceived by other people. So any like tips on that as a native English speaker?
Embrace who you are.
Mhm.
Enjoy who you are. Seriously, I know that sounds like just be yourself, but it's true. And realize that majority of English speakers like myself do not know second languages or third languages. So the fact that somebody has a native language that they grew up with and they're even speaking English is huge, because I don't know what the percentage is. I'd probably say at least 50 or 60% of people that speak English only do not know other languages. So the fact that you are communicating with them in a different language, it should take the fear away, because it's not about perfection. Once again, no one's being judged on if they say the right thing. And I think when people talk with their accent, with the passion that they have, the message comes through even more crystal clear than if it was, oh, I didn't know the right English words to say. I mean, think about it from my, if I, I live in France now, I should know French. I know a little bit of French, but the fact that, someone knows 2 or 3 languages, that just speaks volumes. So I guess bottom line is don't focus on the accent. Don't focus on what you don't have. And if people don't understand it, then just, have fun. Have fun with it, because people will get the body language of what you're saying and understand what it is that the message is coming through. Don't focus on the actual words as much.
Yeah. So it's like not about being perfect and starting like sharing and getting visible. No, then you can
Yeah.
always like improve.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So like maybe like a more practical question when it comes to doing videos, or I don't know, live streams on social media, because I often get this question also, how to when it comes to your background, no, of your video, how
Okay.
Also I have like a lot of questions. Does it have to be like a virtual background, a perfect background, or just like a plain white background? So do you have like any suggestions on that, or?
It can be whatever it is you want. What I find really comfortable, like when I'm doing studios, like you were a guest. Thank you for being a guest on Behind the Mic. We had a great time. Now I'm on your show. I sit in the apartment and have the microphone with the boom and everything. But most of my videos that I do on LinkedIn are outside, walking and talking. Just I have a gimbal thing that holds the camera, holds the iPhone, and just so I think if you get comfortable with just even doing the walk and talk and just having a conversation with your audience, and having the movement and the background and things, I think it makes it so it's much easier to get your message out. Now, when you're doing interviews and Zoom meetings and things like that, it's more stationary like this. But I don't focus on the background as much, and if you use a virtual background, maybe it works. But then sometimes if you do a video and you move your head or something, it looks like you're, in a cartoon or something. So it's about what's comfortable for you, what works best for you.
And I think that you can try like different options and
Yeah.
see which one is like best for you, and also like for your audience. Fantastic, G. So thank you very much for sharing your expertise and your experience, your international experience. So if you can tell us how people they can connect with you, if they have questions, or like what are your projects for the future?
So what we're doing now is we're showing coaches and entrepreneurs how to speak with confidence, how to have clarity when they go on camera, and how to connect with their audience. And we have our Rockstar Speakers coaching program. Everything's available at allthingsrelaxstudios.com. And I'm very active on LinkedIn. We've connected, you and I connected through LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is a great way to build a network, and it's also a great way to practice your messaging and practice. If you are going to an event and you want to talk to somebody about your business, you can always practice with people on LinkedIn and friends and things. So I connect with a lot of people through LinkedIn and through the allthingsrelaxedstudios.com. So yeah, thanks for having me. This was fun. This is great.
Yeah. Any last piece of advice?
Yep. Have fun with everything you do. Have fun. If you're going on camera, you're going on stage and you're really nervous and uptight and everything, the audience feels it. If you walk into a venue and you're meeting, you're standing in the corner and everyone else is there and you're nervous, they feel it. Just go in and have fun and not take everything so seriously, and just, let your personality come through.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing that. I will put the links to your website so people they can go and connect with you and learn more about you. So thank you very much, and I highly recommend your show Behind the Mic. So I was aghast, and it was great. Yeah. Yeah,
Thank you
it's
very
always
much.
nice to collaborate. So thank you very much for watching. If you are watching the interview, so please tell us what are your learning points from this interview, or what questions do you have? What are your struggles when it comes to sharing your message or being confident as a speaker at speaking engagements or on the video? Share in the comments, and I will be back with another interview. Thank you very much, G. Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao, bye, au revoir.